And what if the fear of trusting was blocking you from experiencing something that, under other circumstances, you would give anything to have? Think a little. How many times have you allowed insecurity to guide your choices, distancing yourself from something or someone you secretly desired? Trust is something so fragile, so easily destroyed, yet at the same time so vital to the essence of human relationships. Sometimes it breaks in unexpected ways, and when that happens, everything around seems to lose its shine. It feels like life loses a bit of its color, and uncertainty dominates. Now answer me this. Could the fear of disappointment be depriving you of a unique opportunity? I say this because all of us have been at that point. There was that moment when someone approached with genuine intentions, offering affection, care, presence. However, instead of opening the doors, you closed them. You locked yourself inside, even though deep down you knew that gesture of kindness was sincere. Are you protecting yourself from another disappointment, or simply avoiding feeling something again? Sometimes it feels safer to hide behind distrust, maintaining a defensive stance and not fully giving oneself. However, living like this can be a burden, a silent weight that prevents new connections from forming. The pain of betrayal, of a broken promise, is real and profound. It is something that marks the soul, like scars that seem to never fully disappear. But think carefully and ask yourself, is it worth allowing these scars to define what you can or cannot experience? The fear of trusting is not just a barrier, but also a reflection of the desire to protect what remains of your essence. However, there is a fine line between protecting yourself and depriving yourself. When you choose not to trust, you not only protect what you feel, but you also create a barrier for those who want to enter and know your true essence. The one who did everything for you, who gave themselves and showed genuine affection, might now be on the other side of that barrier. And if you continue allowing fear to dictate the rules, they might leave, not because they want to, but because they can no longer handle the distance imposed by your distrust. And perhaps this is the hardest part to understand. Fear is a warning sign, a survival instinct. But when it comes to love, one must learn to distrust less, even if just a little, and allow oneself more. Love is not just a soft and tranquil feeling. It is often a challenge, an internal struggle to break down the walls built over the years. The walls that, yes, can protect you, but also isolate you from everything that deep down you truly wish to experience. I know it's complicated to open your heart after tasting the bitter flavor of disappointment. The pain of abandonment, betrayal, unfulfilled promises, all these memories accumulate and form a sort of armor, a protection that, though heavy, keeps you safe. But is safety all you really want? Or is it just a substitute for the love and connection you don't have the courage to seek? If this person really did everything for you, don't they at least deserve a chance to show that they are different? Isn't it worth taking a chance, even if it might be painful at first? Love, when it is true, understands the other person's limitations. It comprehends fear, embraces distrust, and slowly breaks down barriers with patience and affection. But for that to happen, you need to at least take the first step. Are you really willing to lose someone like this? This person who did everything to be by your side, even when you gave them reasons to give up. They might be waiting for a sign, a gesture from you that shows a hint of openness. Because after all, even the most dedicated hearts grow tired of trying alone. And sometimes, all that is needed is a word, a look, a gesture that says, yes, I also want to try despite everything. Fear is powerful, but love can be stronger if you allow it to be. It can show you that life is more than distrust, more than constantly protecting yourself. It's about allowing yourself to live, to experiment, to feel. It's about opening the door, even if cautiously, and letting someone in, even knowing there's a risk of getting hurt again. But will you really live if you continue to be locked inside your own distrust? You are here, standing, thinking about all of this. The fear is still there, like an unwelcome visitor occupying space. And this is the reality for many. Fear doesn't leave easily. It is stubborn and persists even when all you want is a little peace, a relief for the heart so tired of battles and losses. But what really hurts is realizing what could have been. This feeling of what if is what lingers, sometimes even stronger than the actual disappointment. What if you had trusted? What if you had given one more chance? What if you had believed in that person who did everything for you, even when you couldn't believe in yourself? This is the kind of question that echoes no matter how much time passes. True love is rare, and finding someone willing to fight for you is even rarer. However, fear can be cruel, can't it? It makes you see enemies where there are none. It makes you imagine scenarios where everything ends in pain. It makes you doubt the purest intentions. Fear turns what could be a relationship into a battlefield, where you are always on guard, ready to defend yourself, even when there is no attack. It creates a constant sense of alertness, a tension that never really allows you to relax. Now look inside yourself. How long have you been living like this? How long have you stopped believing in the possibility of finding someone truly worthwhile? As difficult as it may be to admit, fear is often the villain disguised as protection. It keeps you safe, yes, but at the cost of what could be true happiness. And maybe that person, the one who did everything for you, didn't realize the full depth of your fear. Maybe they don't completely understand what you carry, but still, they chose to stay, even if only for a limited time. They offered care, patience, and gave themselves in a way that few would. And suddenly you find yourself faced with a choice. It's not an easy choice, and it shouldn't be, because trust is something precious. But it's not impossible either. Perhaps the first step is to acknowledge that yes, you are afraid, and it's okay to be afraid. It's human, it's normal. But it is also human to desire, to want, to feel the urge to get closer and live a love that is real. A love that, despite your limitations and fears, can give you a reason to smile amidst the internal chaos. Imagine for a moment what it would be like if you let go, just a little, of that shield that protects you, but also keeps you away. Imagine if you allowed yourself to feel again, even if it's just a glimpse. It could be a simple gesture, like responding to a message with a bit more openness, accepting an invitation you would have otherwise declined, or even making an unexpected call. These small gestures can be the beginning of a larger transformation. Yes, opening up is scary. Trusting is scary, but love has always been like that. It has always required courage. It has always asked for a bit more than we are willing to give. Because deep down, it is this kind of courage that differentiates a common relationship from a true connection. It is this leap into the dark that can lead you to something deeper, more meaningful, something truly worthwhile. And you, with all your fears and uncertainties, deserve that too. You deserve to experience a love that is not limited by the past, that is not constantly measured by the bad things that have happened before. The person who has done everything for you may just be waiting for a sign that it's worth continuing to try, that yes, there is a chance that you can build something together, even if slowly, even if cautiously. Can you imagine this person by your side, waiting for a gesture from you, a word of opening? It's not about forgetting the past, nor ignoring the fear. It's about recognizing that despite everything, you still want to try. It's about saying honestly that the fear won't disappear overnight, but that you are willing to fight against it, a little every day. Of course, there is no guarantee that everything will be perfect, but the point is not perfection. The point is the experience, the connection, the feeling of building something real with someone who understands and accepts you. It doesn't have to be grand or immediate, it just needs to be true. And if you stop to think, maybe you already know the answer. Maybe you already know what needs to be done. It might be a difficult choice. It might be a path full of internal obstacles, but it can also be the beginning of a new stage, lighter, more real, more you. This moment you find yourself in is crucial, perhaps more than you realize. There is a fine line between keeping yourself safe within your emotional cocoon and risking to know the other side of your own story, the one you haven't had the courage to write yet. Each choice you make now carries an impact, an echo that reverberates not only in your life but also in the life of this person who has dedicated so much to you. And here is the most intense point of all this. Sometimes you don't need to fully understand the reasons for the fear to overcome it. Overcoming is not a matter of total understanding, but of decision. Deciding, even without absolute certainty, even without all the guarantees. It's like standing on the edge of a chasm, feeling the cold wind of the unknown, but with the promise of a different dawn on the other side. You might be wondering if this person truly understands what it means to be with someone like you. someone who has suffered enough to distrust everything and everyone, and it's fair to question that. After all, few people are capable of bearing the weight of a scarred heart. But think about this. This person is already by your side, even with all your defenses, even when you chose to keep a wall between you. She chose to stay, even without receiving much in return, even when reciprocity wasn't equal. Isn't that a sign of strength, of a genuine intention? If she is willing to invest so much in you, doesn't she deserve at least a gesture of openness? Perhaps this is the moment, for the first time in a long while, for you to try to trust. And I'm not referring to blind trust, without reservations, but rather to a conscious and moderate attempt, where each small step is a demonstration that you are willing to move forward, even if it's slowly. There is a unique beauty in vulnerability. Yes, it scares, exposes, and sometimes hurts. But it also allows the other to see who you truly are, without masks, without barriers. It's there in the space where you let fear show that true connection happens. And for this person who has done everything for you, perhaps that's what she desires most. To see who you are beyond the walls you've built, beyond the defenses you've raised. I know that the past still weighs on you. The memories of the times when you trusted and were betrayed, of broken promises, of words unkept. All these pains are alive within you. It's not easy to ignore them, and it shouldn't be. But what needs to be clear is that this person is not the past. She is not the same one who disappointed you before. She doesn't carry the same intentions. And what she has done so far shows a rare commitment, a genuine desire to build something with you. What you need to decide is whether you are going to let fear continue to control your actions, or if you are going to start taking control back, even if slowly. Opening up is undoubtedly a risk, but it is also the only way to give a chance to the love you so deeply desire. A love that is not perfect, not free from problems, but one that is real, sincere, and willing to face challenges by your side. And that's what you deserve, that's what everyone deserves. Someone who is willing to fight even when the circumstances are not ideal. Now imagine yourself taking that first step. Imagine what it would be like to feel the warmth of reciprocity, the relief of finally having someone you can trust. This is not just a vague desire, it is a real possibility, but it depends on your willingness to open up. I'm not saying it will be easy. In fact, it will be painful at many moments because opening the doors of the heart brings with it uncertainty, the risk of being hurt again. But on the other hand, what is at stake is the potential to live something you have let slip by before, out of fear, out of distrust. It is the type of choice that can change your life, for better or for worse. But as with every significant decision, what matters most is not the absence of fear, but the presence of courage. Courage to give love another chance, to try once more, even knowing that the outcome is uncertain. And what about the person who is waiting for you on the other side? They also carry their own insecurities, their own stories of pain and fear. But they chose to fight for you, even without the certainty of being reciprocated. They saw something in you that perhaps you find difficult to see yourself, the value of who you are, beyond the barriers, beyond the fear. Isn't it worth returning that dedication? Isn't it fair to at least try? Love is not built solely on complete trust, but on the willingness to try, even when everything seems to be against you. It's about choosing to believe, even when fear whispers that it's not worth it. It's about giving a chance to what could be, instead of being stuck in what was. For you who have made it this far, it's time to reflect on what you truly want to experience. What if this was your chance to turn fear into a new possibility? Don't let fear have the last word. Open yourself to the opportunity, even if gradually, and allow yourself to experience a love that can be sincere and true. You deserve that. Now, if you felt that this message resonated with you, I invite you to take action. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more content like this, where we delve deeper into feelings and real relationships. Leave a comment saying what you thought. Have you ever faced the fear of trusting? How was that experience for you? I really want to know. And of course, don't forget to leave your like, it makes all the difference, so that more people can be reached by this reflection. Until next time, and remember, love is always a path worth trying,